Hey, howdy, folks. Okay, here's an update. I've been getting some messages again and got a phone call from one guy. Appreciate it, dude. Asking how I was doing and what's going on, because there's been silence. The reason there's been silence is because I don't know what's going on. This bed sore has, when they had me use that new stuff and it killed that tissue, the bed sore has never recovered from that. It has never healed up from that. It's never closed up again. And I got to be real careful, because now, for some reason, if I spend too much time up in the wheelchair, it really affects that bed sore a lot more. It makes it a lot worse. So I got, I'm stuck in bed more than ever now. The reason I haven't made any videos in a while is because I don't know when the surgery is going to be. I was told about 7 weeks ago that it was going to be 1 to 2 weeks at the most. And here it is 7 weeks later, and I haven't got the word that they've got a bed open and I should come on in. And I did not want to make a video that says, okay, I'll be going in the next couple of weeks, knowing the VA system as I do, and then have it turn out like it has and be 7 weeks and end up being, this big, drama type thing where, oh my God, this surgery is coming right now, and then not have it happen, and the surgery is not anything that's life-threatening or anything like that, but it is kind of involved, and I'll explain what's going to happen in the surgery in the video I make just before I go in. But truth is, I don't know when that's going to be. They could call me tomorrow. They could call me a month from now. They could call me 2 months from now. I have no clue. It's just waiting for a damn bed to open up down there at the VA so that they can do this surgery. Now, the fact that I can't spend time up is the reason there hasn't been any computer build video. And I'm sorry to say, I don't think there will be, because that computer has been sitting in the other room there, ready to put together, and it'll take me about 2.5 hours to build the computer, but it's going to take me a lot more time than that to explain how things fit together, what all the different things are on the motherboard, how different cables connect up to the motherboard to the different components, and so on and so forth. Plus, that's a monster. I mean, that's a full tower monster build anyway, with liquid cooling and all of that. And what I had originally figured on was that I would go ahead and build that computer when I'm having a good day and I can, I'm feeling good, and I could be up for a couple of hours. Go ahead and build that computer, And then later on, after the surgery and when I'm able to be active again, when I'm recovered and all that, then I would build a smaller computer for back here in the bedroom, because that one is going to go back in my electronics room and be networked, you know. But I figured I'd wait till after the surgery and then do the video on how to build a computer with a smaller computer that would be more like a computer that most of you would build as your first computer. But I found my daughter's computer blew itself up, so I've had to order a bunch of new parts, and she's decided she doesn't want to build it, so she's going to take it into the shop to have them assemble it. But while I was shopping for the computer gear for her, I'm sorry if I'm kind of distracted here. I've got about a million things running through my mind, which is more than my 2 brain cells can handle. But anyway, while I was online, you know, picking out all the parts and stuff that need to be replaced to get her computer working again, because she's about to start college again, I found a really, really good laptop that is about as good as that's about as good as any desktop system that I would build as a secondary computer. So I went ahead and bought that, and that'll be delivered here in another week or so. And that means I'll be using that instead of, you know, instead of another tower computer. And what that means is, I regret to say, no video on how to build a computer until such time as I build a computer for someone else, which will happen eventually. It always does. But when I build a computer for somebody else, then I'll go into all that, you know, stuff. But I got to be healed up before I can do that. Now, so I apologize for that. Now, as far as the surgery goes, like I say, I have no idea when they're going to call. They're going to give me a day or two in order to get my affairs in order, you know, because I got to get Ciela, get her boarded, and arrange for her care, and you know, my neighbor is going to be good enough to bring me real food and my mail and such, and I need to get all that. I need to get all my personal matters set, because the surgeon says that they're going to leave the stitches in, or the staples. I don't know which they're going to use. I hope they use stitches, but they're going to leave that stuff in for 3 weeks, and the surgeon said that depending on how things are going, I may be able to get out as early as a week after the surgery, if I promise to be a good boy and go in every week until everything is healed to his satisfaction, and let him take a look at things. Or it could be as long as by his estimate, 3 weeks until they take stitches out, and then they're ready to send me home. But I'm going to have to go through another bout of that antibiotic for the IV antibiotics for bone infection, which means that that's going to be 3 months of antibiotics twice a day, which I had before here at the house, so there's no reason why I can't have that again. But the neuro guys are saying that I'm going to be in for a minimum of three months, which that ain't going to happen. There's absolutely no reason for me to be taking up a bed down there at the VA when they're so short on beds, and they need them just so they can do the same thing that can be done for me here at the house by the home care staff that I'm already in the home care program. So if I have to, I'll check myself out of the hospital. That's not gonna, you know, once I'm healed up from the surgery enough to come home and be independent, then there's absolutely no reason for me to be staying in the hospital just because I need this these antibiotic treatments. They had a nurse coming by twice a day to administer the IV antibiotics, and it'll be the same thing again, you know. So I'm guessing that after the surgery, it's going to be, and this is just a guess, I'm guessing it's going to be 2 to 4 weeks before I'm home again. But if there's complications or the incision isn't healing right or whatever, then it could be as long as, you know, it could be longer. And, you know, if worst comes to worst, it could be 3 or 4 months, maybe 5 months before I can get back home. So I will be making a video just before I go in and explaining what they're going to be doing. But I haven't made a video because, like I say, I didn't want to make a video and say, well, I'll be going in for surgery in the next couple of weeks, and have it not happen and not happen and not happen, and, you know, turn into what looks like, oh, it's just, you know, looking for attention and that kind of crap. So I found out, I talked to a friend of mine from YouTube earlier tonight, and this is the first that I had heard of this South Tube gathering, and the first that I'd heard of this whole little drama surrounding Billy Biggin. And for those of you who have been discouraged by Billy's actions, don't let that stop you from going to the South Tube gathering. It's going to be worth it. I mean, if you were going down there just to meet him, just to meet one person, well, something's wrong. I mean, there's a lot of good people, and it looks like it's going to be put together pretty well. So, from the videos that I've seen, I have not paid a lot of attention to YouTube or live video in the past month or so. But, you know, don't let that discourage you. I went to several conventions for some games I used to play, online multiplayer games that I used to play, air combat games. And it was a total blast meeting these people that I had only known online, face to face, and really getting to know them. Not just, and at that time, of course, there was no video or voice. It was all text, but really getting to know them rather than just the part of themselves they were willing to show on video. Some of them turned out to be nicer than I thought. Some of them turned out to be not as nice as I thought. There were some folks that I didn't like on the game before I met them in person, and once I met them in person, we hit it off like gangbusters. And there were other folks that I liked online that meeting them in person, well, they didn't turn out to be what I expected. So, by all means, I mean, go. If I could go to that thing, I would in a heartbeat. But unfortunately, I can't. But don't let the fact that Billy ain't gonna be there and that he is apparently done some stuff to let some folks down. Don't let that discourage you from going and meeting the other tubers from the area. That's it is a lot of fun. So that's my encouragement on that area. So there ain't nothing going on here. I'm just hanging in bed and watching movies on TV and playing what video games this little laptop can handle. And I've been delaying putting that other computer together, hoping to be able to put that video together, but that's not going to happen. And I want my powerful computer back. So, and once I'm in the hospital, I'm going to be pretty much incommunicado. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to hook up on the internet at dial-up. So, it's I'm probably going to be incommunicado even from email or anything like that for the duration of my stay in the hospital, which, as I say, I don't know how long it's going to be. It's going to be at least a week, and probably more like 2 or 3, and I'm expecting between 2 and 4, but depending on how things go, and this bed sore is not looking good, so it may be more complex to fix up than if they would get their ass in gear and start cutting on me and get it closed up. So I don't know how long it's going to be. So during that time, I'm going to be out of the loop. Now, that's about it. Again, I apologize for letting folks down on the computer build series, but I'm going to have a laptop that's equal to a desktop system, and won't have any need to be building a smaller desktop system. And I'm not going to wait for the I'm not going to wait anymore to put that other system together, because that's only going to take me 2, maybe 3 hours max to put that system together. So it'll happen one of these days. I'll build a computer for somebody, and once I'm healthy and able to be active, then I'll be able to do the instructional videos. So until that time, and I can't say when that's going to be, I apologize again, but it's not going to happen. I feel real bad about having said I would do that, but not being able to. Anyway, so I will be making another video before I'm admitted. I don't know if I'll make any more between now and then, and I don't know when that'll be. It could be tomorrow if they call me. It could be another damn month. I can't get hold of anybody down there. Anyway, I'll holler at y'all later. And for those of you who've had me in your thoughts and your prayers and dropped me a message or give me a phone call, I really appreciate it. And I'll be asking for those of you so inclined to say a prayer or send good vibes or whatever it may be that God or Gaia or whatever power you may believe in will kick these VA doctors in the ass and get them moving on this surgery. So get it done and over with. So that's it. I'll holler at y'all later, and take it light, everybody.